Y'all better not make me get up off this couch.
Alright, let's do this. Hello everybody, my name is Brianna and welcome back to CareFreeBri. And to those who are just viewing this for the first time, welcome. Please subscribe to this channel and also share and like this video. I have a lot to get into this week, so let's just get right to it. But first, to start it off like usual, cup of tea. Oh, it's really, really hot. It's green tea today because a lot of y'all exhaust me. But we'll get into that later. So as always, I'll start off with my Thursday. Thursday started out kind of rough. I ended up working from home because I wasn't feeling well. But I had to still go out to go to a doctor's appointment anyway. So I head outside and lo and behold, it's raining. And I'm like, damn, I went all the way down these stairs. And now I gotta go all the way back up and get my umbrella. Get upstairs to my apartment, can't find my umbrella anywhere. It's nowhere to be found. It's still nowhere to be found. That was a week ago. So I had to just grab a sweater and use that as an umbrella and get drenched. So I went from like the bus to trying to hustle back and forth from appointments to like a coffee shop so I could work. Going home after that, it was fine. The rain died down and thank God it cooled down, at least when I finally went back out. It was sunny and 76 instead of rainy and 96. Yeah, Chicago weather beyond that, y'all. Over to Friday, I had appointments again, only this time I had 3 of them, back to back to back. So that involves me leaving work early and just running back and forth in the city. It wears on you a lot to have to go from appointment to appointment to appointment on a weekly basis just to make sure that your health is good. I try and keep my head up, but like, I'm not gonna, try and sugarcoat nothing for y'all. Like, it really does suck. So I have to take my W's when I can. And so even though my L was that I had a lot of appointments, my W was that the way I moved on Friday really made me proud of myself. I did something that was so exciting, y'all. I did not move out of the way for a single white person who approached me. That is a huge deal. Now, I don't know who you are, so I'm just gonna detail this out. Like, oftentimes white people don't realize the privilege that they carry when going out in public, keep in mind, privilege, especially any kind of privilege really, but in this case, white privilege is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. So like, there are things that you do as a white person that you don't realize are because of privilege or because you're, walking with a certain mindset that has been ingrained in you from the society we live in. Again, you can't help it. It's not your fault. It's just your responsibility to navigate that. And oftentimes what happens is, as a person of color, as a black person, as a black woman, I find myself having to move out of the way for white people. Like, we'll be walking towards each other. I'm on the right side of the sidewalk all the time, and they'll just be coming towards me, and they would have ran right into me if I hadn't moved. Like, they'll be looking past me almost. People don't take your space into account. And I chose to stand up for myself on Friday. I looked them straight in the eye and I did not move. I made them go around me because you have all this sidewalk to yourself and I'm clearly on the right side of the sidewalk. I guess we're just gonna have to bump into each other and you look at me crazy and then I look at you like, it is what it is. And I really felt good about that. Good enough to even tell my therapist that day. I was like, I did not move out the way for white people. She was like, good for you, because she's a woman of color, so she gets it. But yeah, like, it's just one of those things people don't realize, like, wow, like, I kind of do walk into people, or I expect them to move for me, or I don't notice people. So keep that in mind, white people. Again, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. So that's my W. Saturday, the only L was that I didn't get to run my errands like I wanted to. It was one of those days where you wake up and you're like, this bed is really kind of comfy and we haven't spent much time together this week and she's already mad at me. Like, I need to go ahead and just spend some time with her and then we'll be good. It was one of those days. Plus, I knew I had an eventful night coming up because my W was that night I ended up going to the Hyde Park block party. And I had never been. I've only lived in Hyde Park for about a couple of years now. And I decided to go finally. I went with my friends from work. I went with Mark, shout out to him. I went with Florentina, shout out to her. I went with Lauren, shout out to her. I went with my new work buddy, Daniel, shout out to him. And they met me at my place. We pre-gamed because I live right down the street from it. And then, then we walked to the block party right off of 53rd Street. It was great. I had some bomb jerk chicken. Black folks know how to jerk some chicken. And it had some plantains and beans and rice. I felt so blessed. So many black people everywhere, so much black music. And when I say black music, I mean like within the diaspora as a whole, feel me? Everyone's smoking cigars. It's almost like a commemorative thing, especially in Hyde Park. Did I have one? No. But I mean, I enjoyed seeing it. 107.5 WGCI's very own Kendra G hosted one of like the stage acts, and after that they let the music go off. And when I tell y'all, I shook my ass in such delight. I felt so happy. You know, me and my friends just, you know, doing our thing. You're either bouncing a little bit or you rocking with it heavy. We're making circles around people who are footworking. You know how Chicago folks do, you feel me? I just felt so happy in that moment to be able to, you know, experience that and to, you know, have my body feel good as well and to just dance and have fun. And even though people sexualize twerking a lot, like that's actually super indigenous to, you know, the mother continent, to Africa. Like, it wasn't sexualized over there. It's just a way to, you know, express yourself, whether in ceremony or to commemorate something or as a gathering. That's what it was. And because we in Western culture sexualize everything, like it's seen as like, oh, don't do that. But like when I twerk, I don't be thinking like, oh, I'm finna get this man, he behind me or whatever. I be thinking I'm having a good time, I'm moving my body, I feel good, you know? And it's a great workout because my core got together that night, okay? I had a great time. It was a great W. And then the fun didn't stop there. Sunday, I went to a pool party. Yes, finally, hot girl summer is in full effect because I have officially been to the pool, been in my swimsuit, and I'm good. And it was for my friend's birthday. His name is Sheldon. Shout out to Sheldon. He now lives in Champaign-Urbana, so I rode down with his family to celebrate his birthday. And I didn't have any problems with my body or anything, and that's just such a huge thing for me to just be like going and stuff like that for so long and having fun and not have any interruption. I had a great time. Plus, I got to show off my bikini body, and I will say, I was looking pretty snatched, y'all. Like, I have to brag on myself for a little bit. The only L was that because I went down with his family, I had to come back up with his family. My family and him have been super cool since forever. I mean, we're longtime friends, so of course, yeah. But like, I didn't get much sleep that night. We got back at like 12, and I got in the pool, so of course I had to wash off the chlorine. I don't care what nobody tells you. Getting in the pool is not a bath. You know who I'm talking to. Get in the shower. So yeah, I got in the shower after I did that. I had to do my, you know, skincare routine and everything. Didn't get to bed and sleep till like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I was super tired the next morning. It was an L, but it was worth it. And that L, even though like the W was great, that L kind of led into the next day. Monday, I kind of felt like people were intruding on my space again. Like whether it was people cutting in front of me to get onto the bus, like people stepping on the back of my shoes, people standing too close, people not moving out the way, people just not having any type of home training. I'm very empathetic towards people's situations, but being nasty to somebody, there's still no excuse for that. So get it together before I have to do that to you. Because I even had to check somebody at the office that day in email form. You know how it is when you have to get corporate on somebody with your reads and they want to come at you, you know, out the side of their mouth. So that was my L, just getting riled up over that and just having people in my space and being just knocked out of whack. But my W is that I actually did go to work. Like, I haven't been to work on a Monday in like the past month because generally what happens with my body is that I'll have a weekend, I'll either go out or just sit on the couch for the whole weekend, but because my routine has been interrupted or different things are happening, it takes my body forever to reset and to, you know, be functional again, to be able to move around freely without like a lot of pain or to have like a good headspace and know what's going on and, you know, not feel like I woke up in the Matrix or something like that. For the past month, I've had to take that Monday off to try and get myself back together. But this time around, even though I got back super late, I felt okay. I was very pleased with myself. That was something that really meant a lot to me. Tuesday, however, I worked from home because, you know, like stuff is still going on in my body. I'm like, I'm not doing this. But then again, I do need to get paid. I did that, which was good. The bad part is though, I forgot I had a doctor's appointment at 6:30. And so I get the text reminder like 2 hours in advance. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm looking crusty as hell because I've been at home all day. And I'm like, I gotta finish this work and make it out to this appointment that is gonna take me almost an hour and a half to get to. It was a lot, but at least it was that was that and was over, and I got to come home and, you know, try to sleep. Which leads me to today. I worked from home again, which is a W. That is a W. It's just my energy has been so low. So that's where I am right now. My body isn't hurting, so this whole tired thing, I'll take it. I'm fine. All right, now that we're caught up with the week, I need to close it out by reminding you that I posted an L's and W's segment for today. My post for L's and W's was The Cat Chronicles Volume 4. I sometimes highlight my cat and the things that she does, so go check that out. That was definitely an L I took with my cat. I'm gonna let you know now. But overall, I will rule this week as a W. Yes, there were some rough patches and ups and downs, but like, I didn't feel debilitated at all. I felt like I was living my best life, even in the midst of all this chaos, which is what I'm aiming to do. Like, life's gonna do what it's gonna do. I just want my peace and my happiness in the midst of that, or else I'm just gonna be miserable forever. So it was a W overall. Which leads us to our grand event, the big L's and big W's of the week. I'm gonna get right into it. The big L for this week goes to Sarah Morantz. I don't know if you know who Sarah Morantz is by now. You've definitely probably heard of her. She decided to create a company called Nightcap. Nightcap is basically a line of bonnets that you wear at night for your waves, as she describes it. Going for $98. Yeah, 98 big ones. And I don't know if you are black and a woman like me, but the whole bonnet thing has like been a thing for my whole life. Feel me? When I get my bonnets, I generally go to the beauty supply store and I get it for $3. So to hear that this chick said that she invented this thing that has been a part of my culture for way longer, like I said, than I've been thought of, that has been a part of us that has been ridiculed for the way that we care for our hair, has been deemed ghetto, has been deemed, unprofessional, embarrassing, unattractive. Men tend to complain about when we wear it, all of a sudden it's not sexy and it's a turn off and stuff. All of that becomes cool and trendy the second a non-black woman, a white woman at that, makes this whole thing up. She said that she couldn't find anything that was suitable for her and her style, and she's discovered through her research it really helps protect her waves at night. No dip, Sherlock, no dip. That's what it's for. That is what it's for. And this is what gets me riled up, because cultural appropriation is a huge problem. And a lot of people trying to make it seem like it's not a big deal. People can wear what they want. People can do what they want. They sure can, but that doesn't mean that you should. That's the whole thing we're getting at here. She says she invented this thing that we've been doing for years. Now all of a sudden it's super trendy and nice because a white woman did it and put almost $100 price tag on it. You can go. You can go. You get the L. And people ran her off of social media. I didn't even have to do that. The black Twitterverse is not anything to play with. They will come for you. They will find your social media and post up and be like, what did you invent, sis? What was that? Oh, okay. I mean, it worked apparently, because Homegirl put out a statement saying, I didn't recognize repercussions that this could have because of the history of black hair. The history behind our hair and the way we wear it and how we style it and protect it, that's so important to us. And y'all know it is, yet y'all keep doing this. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about white appropriators. If you are a white person and you don't appropriate black culture, I'm not talking to you, baby. I'm talking to your friend who does it, okay? And I need you to let her know and let him know it's not cool, and I need... You know what? It's okay. We're gonna move on. It's okay. Because she tried it. It's okay. Let's move on. Just because you got the L, Sarah, does not mean other people were not deserving of it. Here are my honorable mentions for the L of this week. Jermaine Dupri, who keeps talking about some strippers nowadays in the rap game. They don't really rap about much. They rap about stripping. And then he rolled that back when people got mad. And all of a sudden, now I'm going to do a female cypher. And it's like, okay, well, you were just talking about the opposite. So what's going on? And now he's talking about people won't sign you unless you're 21 years old, which I get what he's saying. But like, the fact that you even said anything in the first place is why you're getting this L, because you should have stopped before you even said the first thing. You should have did your research, okay? You are held in such high regard in this community, and you know what it is. You brought the brat on the scene, for God's sakes. So what's up? Be ignorant someplace else. L. Nicole Murphy, whether it's a misunderstanding or whether you really are, in cahoots with somebody else's husband, I'm giving you this L simply for getting caught. In public, girl, you kissing in public somebody else's husband. If you was gonna do that in the back room. Do that in the house. Keep your business inside. That's an L. Rookie mistake. The Light Skin Girl song. Beyonce released her Gifted album, and she has a song on there called Brown Skin Girl, which is basically celebrating all brown and dark skinned women. And this light skinned woman online did a remix to it, an awful one at that. Like, maybe don't quit your day job next time. Girl, she made her own version of it celebrating light-skinned women. And there is nothing wrong with celebrating light-skinned women, but there is a problem with doing it to combat celebrating dark-skinned women. Like, we were celebrating a specific thing, and now you're diverting because it's not about you for 2 seconds this time. So when we celebrate dark-skinned women, keep it to that. Don't be extra. I need that whole 2 minutes of my life back because I got curious and I watched it. It was a horrible video, but you know, cut that out, sis. And L. Now that we got that out the way, my exciting segment, the big W of the week, goes to Meek Mill. I don't know if y'all have been following this whole Meek Mill situation, but he's been in a lot of trouble with the law, and it's not his fault. You know, he got put away for a long time for popping a willy on the street because it violated his probation, and the system, especially last year, took advantage of him. There was a judge who was really crooked, and the fact that she was a black woman just really hurt. Look up his story. It's bizarre, but it's also inspiring because once he got out of jail, he really started leading the charge for things like social justice and speaking up on certain issues and stuff like that. Like, you could tell it changed him. So this guy, Meek Mill, got a new trial. The former judge is off of his case, so the old case has been thrown out entirely. He is no longer on probation for like the first time in like a decade, and he gets a brand new trial. So happy for him. And in addition to that, he launched Dream Chasers Record, which is a venture that is collabing with Roc Nation and operated by Jay-Z. Like, I want him to keep going. Like, keep doing what you're doing, man. You are doing such a great job. And of course, some honorable mentions. I gotta give it up to my girl Megan Thee Stallion for going ahead and trademarking Hot Girl Summer. And a lot of these brands and businesses have been starting to use it. They're taking her words and using it to make their own money. And so I'm glad she'll be earning a dime off of it. If you're gonna say something about it, you need to pay up. Straight like that. I love me some Megan, man. Speaking of Megan, she popped off on that XXL freshman cypher that she was in. It was amazing because she could spit bars. We all know that, okay? And speaking of bars, the baby also gets an honorable mention because he went off and snapped. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Like, he got in his bag. I really love when a rapper get in their bag and just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? They talking they stuff. I'm like, you better say that you the best. You better say that you the greatest. You better say that you the one. Yes! I'm here for it. And speaking of excelling, Jordan Woods also gets an honorary W. She, this week, made her debut acting appearance on Grown-ish. I just want to point out, ever since this whole fiasco with her and the Kardashians and stuff, she's really been thriving. Once she separated herself from that family, she has really been popping off. And girl, I am so proud of you. So those are my final thoughts. I wanted to thank you so much for watching me. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also be sure to check out this week's blog post that was posted Sunday. It's called AgeGate. It addresses that whole age challenge and the Face app thing that went down and government sharing information. Basically, you know, talk about how it makes me anxious and how I'm dealing with it and how you can deal with it too, because like this stuff is everywhere. It does not start or stop with the Face app or AgeGate. So check it out. And then as always, you can follow me on Twitter at Brianna Navy. You can follow me on IG at SparkyFlies. And if you would like to support the CareFreeBri brand, you can do so a couple of different ways. You can, you know, share whatever amount you would like to via my PayPal, or you can sign up to be a patron on Patreon. You can give as little as $2 a month to help me continue to grow this brand and give you guys great content. I give you guys a lot of options because I know life is complicated and I don't want to box y'all in. As always, I cannot thank you guys enough for your support. Again, be sure to subscribe to this channel so we can hang out again. Be sure to like this video so people know that it's pretty awesome, and be sure to share it with all your friends and family so they can get in on the fun too. So that about wraps it up for this week. This is Brianna signing off. I wish you infinite freedom and perfect peace. This has been CareFreeBri. See you guys next week.